we're on our way to meet Team New Balance Manchester. We're going to be spending the day with them, follow them around, see what training they're doing, what's happening at their house, and yeah, give you some insight into what it's like on one of the only professional running teams in the UK.
All right, when you're ready, let's roll in. 2, 1, let's go. Nice and easy first one. Okay. So today's session, simple bread and butter work at this time of the year. The boys did 8 times 1K with 1 minute recovery, and Kira, introduction back into training, she did 6 times 1K with a minute recovery. We use this disused railway line, the Middlewood Way. It's perfect, gravel surface, and usually horse and bike free, but at this time of the year we're doing most of our work off the track, off the roads, and building up in this sort of winter phase for cross country, some road races, and then moving into the indoors after Christmas.
So post-training we all get some protein into us, whey protein, and a couple of bars on the way home pretty much. So it just helps us recover after the session. It's nice to be able to fuel immediately. So it's probably about a 10-15 minute drive to the athlete house from the Middlewood Way, and it means that we're fueling immediately, and whenever we get in we can get a shower and then get stuck into some breakfast. But yeah, these little things are vital. It's important for us post-training, post-racing, that we get the right fuel in, and OT provide that for us.
So we're back at the Team New Balance Manchester Athlete House now. 3 of the 4 guys that were training this morning. We've got Johnny in the Liverpool top at the far end, Adam Craig and Jonas Ray, and we are basically at the start of the winter season now. So we've been through summer season, so for Adam and Jonas, track racing, and for Johnny, his last race was the Berlin Marathon only 6 weeks ago now.
Is it 4?
4?
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago? No, 5.
Just get back into things.
So and Johnny, probably we'll start with Johnny. So fresh off a 2:12:29 PB in Berlin. Something you were happy with, wasn't it? But also...
Yeah, I wanted more, but yeah, it was a solid one. It was a good solid one.
So Olympic qualifying time, auto time is?
2:11:30, so still got a bit of work to be done. So for the next marathon, that's going to be the target.
And what do you think? We've talked about this, but just to throw you under the bus here, what's key for you now in that next marathon when we go to Seville in February? What's key for you in terms of making sure that you find that 59 seconds that you lost in the last 5K in Berlin?
More miles each week. High miles. Probably make sure, again, improve, getting more fuel on board during the race. So. Yeah, just making sure that when it really counts, 30-35k, that I'm focused on getting that more super carbs in as well during the race.
And I know, Johnny, you know that's something you've struggled with in the past. And what is it that you find like really difficult? Why is it so difficult to get that fuel on at 30 and 35k?
it's hard because by that point in the race, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, it's hard at a marathon. I don't care who you are, even Elliot, you see him smiling, he's working hard. So trying to run as hard as you can and take drinks on board at the same time, it's really tough. So I think it's just practicing the training. We're going to do some more sustained efforts at pace where we can practice taking the drinks on board as well, and just kind of get comfortable with taking on as much fluid as we can.
So Adam, you've been in the team now just over 6 months. Joined us in the first part of the spring. Had a short track season, ran some PBs, but he's now building up for this first part of the winter. The European cross country trials is in 2 weeks' time, and then a shot at the World Indoors after Christmas, and the World Indoors is in China. And I suppose for Adam, what's been different about coming into this environment, into a professional team environment?
Probably just the team environment. We all live together, we all eat together, just the little things like that, training, going for easy runs together. It's nice to have that moment to switch off on the runs. And then there's always someone to turn to if you need to chat, or if you need some time alone, you can have that as well. So it's probably just that team aspect when it comes to training. I don't think we've done a session alone since we've been here, everything's together. So you're obviously running for yourself, trying to better yourself, but you've got people to do that with, so it's really sweet. Not a problem.
And your aspirations over the winter, I touched on it briefly, but new to the team and the youngest member of the team, that's right, the baby at 24. But we've talked about it from a coach-athlete point of view of just the long-term approach. But what are your goals in this short term for the winter?
Eurocross, that's the big one. I've not had a GB vest yet, so chasing that. I want to start making teams consistently, but obviously that's long term. But winter's going really well. Build-up's been good. Good race last weekend in Leeds. So just getting at Liverpool and hopefully on a perfect day, get that first GB vest. So yeah,
cool, that's what I like to hear. And then Jonas came to the team. Well, Jonas was coached by me just over a year now, and he was totally injured when I first started coaching you, iliotibial band syndrome, and that took you how many months to get that?
Around 7 months, I would say.
7 months of a knee injury, so quite significant knee injury. So started properly training February this year. Was still in Zurich, finished his master's degree, and was bachelor's degree, sorry, not master's, just bachelor's degree. You should have said PhD.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and astrophysicist. But he was finishing his bachelor's degree in Zurich. Came and joined us on camps in St. Moritz, in his homeland of Switzerland. And then we worked on a goal together for the World Student Games, 5,000 metres. And well, tell us about it, Jonas. It's pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not bad. Yeah, I won, obviously, and it was a big surprise. But since we are working together, we have such a high consistency. So I think it was just the beginning of
More to come.
Yeah.
And I think consistency is something that I drill into all you guys, and especially new guys, about being consistent. And I think that's a real important part of our ethos. But your goals then for the winter, what have you got next coming up?
Yeah, definitely Eurocross, in the beginning of December, and then afterwards, the same Adam, the Indoor World Championships. Yeah.
And you'll both be going for the 3,000 metres at the World Indoors. We don't actually know qualifying times just yet, but yeah. So I think, to give you a snapshot, Ross isn't here now. He's gone back home after the training session, but I think you saw with the guys working together well this morning, we were doing a very bread and butter winter session in terms of the 8 times a kilometre off a minute, and worked well together, but everything was under control. And I think it's something that we saw witness Kira training by herself this morning, and there is times when they do train on their own, but obviously and Ellie building up for Valencia Marathon, Anna with her injury, so we have to manage that. But I think Kira enjoys getting stuck in with the boys anyway.
Okay, so here's Anna. She's been part of Team New Balance Manchester for over 2 years now, so we've been working with her for quite a while. Fortunately, she picked up an injury, so she's been going through sort of rehab to get back into full training.
Yeah.
So how's it all been going?
It's been going really well, thank you. I tore my Achilles in the end of July, and I had surgery on it at the beginning of August. So I've just started to kind of progress the cross training a little bit more, and I can do both the elliptical, I can do the spin bike, aqua jogging now, so it's really good. But it's definitely been tough.
Yeah. Imagine.
Yeah.
Can we see your scar?
Definitely.
So after later on this week,
So it's pretty big, but it's getting so much better. Yeah. But I was definitely a little bit shocked when I first saw it after, because I woke up after the surgery and I was in a cast. So then I had the cast for 2 weeks, and after that I took it off and I was like, oh my god, it's so much bigger than I thought. And Steve was like, what did you think? Did you think there was going to be a keyhole surgery? But yeah, it's been going really well, so I'm very, very lucky. Yeah, and I have a good support team around me and everything, so it's been really good.
So we are, I think, 3.5 weeks out from Yip's debut marathon in Valencia, and as you can see, she's just busy looking after the body because it's battered at the moment after a 24-mile run on Sunday.
Yeah.
So she has to foam roll a lot because she's got the longest legs in the world. But Yip is a 10k half marathon runner, and she'll be doing, like I said, Valencia on the 1st of December. And what we've been doing the last 4 weeks is really doing the specific marathon preparation, but also getting her used to taking fuel on board in the run. And we've been using super carbs and trying to get in 150 mil every 3 miles on the run. It's going to be 5k in Valencia, but we're taking 150 mil every 5k, and that'll be right the way through to the 40k mark. And with my experience of using the product with Johnny Mellor, who's a 2:12 marathon runner, I think it's really important that Yip understands how important it is to take on fuel. And well, you can tell them a prime example of what happened on
So Sunday we did a long run, and I think we were almost at the end, so I think I was over 20 miles, and Steve said to me, you have to drink now. I was like, no, I don't want to drink. He said, you have to drink now. I said, no, I don't want to drink. And I think that's the most important part, because at 35k you're not feeling the need for drink, but it's really important, especially if you come to the end and you're just tired and you don't want to drink anymore. So I think that part is really important to train in practice, and really a good thing to just try to drink.
I think that, and that's important because she knows on marathon day that she was tired. It was the end of it, she was 21 miles into a 24-mile run, and that she was running faster than her goal marathon pace towards the end, and it's hard when you're knackered. You don't want to take a drink on board, but the importance of just taking your time, and I just said to Yip, hold on to that bottle for as long as you need to, and just sip at it, and you carried it for probably nearly half a mile, and just sipping away. And actually, because if you don't take that 30-35k bottle, then you risk hitting the wall, and I think the great thing about using super carbs is not only do we know that you're getting that 80 grams of carb in that drink per hour, you're also getting the electrolytes on board, because Valencia's not going to be hot, but it could be.
I think the taste also is very nice, so you kind of looking forward to all the drink stations, and I think that's really important for me, that the taste is really nice, because you're in a marathon, you just want to look forward to something, and I think this one has a really good taste, and you look forward to drink to it, especially in the beginning.
And Yip has perfected the art of burping after each
That's
drink.
really important.
She does these dirty, wretched burps, but she's not going to get a stitch, so she's having her super carbs, and then she'll hand the bottle back to me, and then I'll hit behind me, and I'll say, "Well done, girl."
We all laugh about it.
But that is another important part of it, because you're running that fast and you're breathing that hard that you do tend to.
You get stitch if you don't burp, so I'm always like, "Hey, there he is."
So it's success, but I think working with Liverpool John Moores and with the supercarb product and the physiology behind it, and we did the metabolic studies into how people absorb it and everything, it is so important. And I think the advance in marathon and marathon running, if you aren't fueling properly, you're at a disadvantage. It's as simple as that. And so this is doing the good job, and the fact that Yip actually likes the flavour is even more important in it, because like you said, it's every 5k is a little treat. Yeah.
So we've just got our new delivery for the team, and this will cover about 2 months, and we have some few of our favorite things. So we got the protein, which is perfect after the sessions, and we use that basically every day. after gym or after a tough track session or on the middle like today. And then we have the super carbs that the marathon guys will use, and also some energy drink. And then we also get a lot of gels for the marathon guys, and of course the flapjacks that we all love to snack on. And then these are our new favorites, I'd say, the Duo bars with cookies and cream flavor and the Duo bars with vanilla flavor that we have. Most people have it before a run or before a session, for a race. That's our go-to. And then gotta get the vitamins in. Omega-3 and health and immune are like standard. We have that, especially now when it's getting into like winter season and a lot of the, you know, colds are out there. And then we also have the hydro tabs that we use every day, and maybe two tabs a day. Yeah.
Okay, so we obviously saw you training this morning and now back at the house. We just wanted to catch up with you a bit about the World Champs, and obviously that went really well for you. Yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, World's been brilliant. I suppose if anybody had said that at the end of the year I'd come top 10 in the world and come away with a new PB, then I would have taken their hand off. So to come away from that championship in 10th place, and really my rankings wouldn't even have put me in the final. So it's a big step forward. I still want some more, so come off that still eagerly wanting more, and that's a nice way to be, to have some fire in your belly. But it was a fantastic experience being out there, a good step forward in world racing for me, and puts me in a good fit for Tokyo 2020.
Yeah, so you've had a bit of a break now?
Yeah.
And you're back into training now, going into the new year. What have you got sort of in the next few months?
Yeah, so I had a couple of weeks off after Doha. I got to go home to Ireland, to Portaferry and Dublin, and get to see the friends and family. So now I'm back, and that's basically the start of it. So last week was an ease into training. I had like about one session a day, which just eases me in slightly. Now it's going to just start slowly increasing. But I'm not going to race cross country this year. I'm just going to focus on getting fit and just best prep for 2020. So I'm looking forward to getting home to Portaferry for Christmas, because I feel like that's probably going to be my last time until after the Olympic Games that I'll be back home. So get back to see the family, and then we fly to Albuquerque on the 27th of December, and that's really the start of the training sessions and the training camps for the big year leading up. So it's going to be a busy year. I don't think I'm really going to be here very much. We're going to be away on camps a lot, but that's the life of an athlete, and looking forward to it.
Can you tell us, sort of in terms of your fueling for that World Championships final, what OT products did you use leading into that?
Yeah, so this last track season I started kind of doing a few different things with my OT products, and I feel that it really made a huge difference going into that final. So my whole day is ultimately based around what food I'm going to eat and my prep towards the race. So I get up and I usually have a bit of a anytime bar or a duo bar, and then head out for a shakeout. I'll come and have a normal breakfast after that, but ultimately 3 hours before the race it's all OT fueled for me. So I'll have a duo bar, which I find absolutely brilliant. It's nice and light, settles well on my stomach, and it's gone through me before it gets to race time, so which is brilliant. It's exactly what I want. So I'll have a duo bar, and then I'll have a caffeine gel in the immediate lead up to the race. So after my 20-minute warm-up, I'll take the caffeine gel as I'm going towards doing my strides, so that's usually in the hour leading up to the race. Get straight off after the race, I have an energy gel, and then I refuel with protein shake and an energy drink. So I do have a nice wee barrage of OT products that see me through race day, and it's absolutely brilliant because I know that they sit well in my tummy. I'm not going to be upset by it in any way, and I know that I'm fueled and ready, because the athlete who recovers the best is the athlete who's in the best position going into the next race. So thankfully OT helps me with that.